Hi, welcome to my channel. This is the Budget Mum UK and I am Samantha, and today I'm talking to you a bit more about my no-buy year, my no-buy plan for the next 12 months. A lot of you have reached out on this one and said you've really related with it and you're looking to do something similar, so I thought I'd go into a little bit more detail about exactly what I'm going to be doing and how it's going to work for me and why I'm doing some of those things. So in a nutshell, a no-buy year is where you commit personally to having certain things that you might normally spend money on in your life that you're going to say, nah, not happening this year, I'm not going to be doing that. It's going to be different for absolutely every single one of us because, of course, all our lives and circumstances are different. For me personally, I've got 2 children and I have to be mindful of that. So I'm not going to penalise them in my no-buy year. The things that I no-buy for are for me and they're going to affect me. However, they possibly will have a knock-on effect for them because I'll be more conscious of things that I'll be buying, and that in turn will, of course, affect them in some way, but they're not going to be missing out, they're not going to be deprived. You know, no need to ring the social services just yet. I promise no children will be harmed in the making of my no-buy year. Yeah, so I'm going to go into my no-buy year. I'll talk about some of the things that I'm not going to be buying or things that I'm going to be reducing significantly. Now, if you're wanting to do your own no-buy year, go back and watch the first video I did a couple of weeks ago on this. But essentially, what I would like you to do is to write down an inventory of things that you know you always buy, or things that you personally feel that you might overspend on, or things that you know, the back of your mind, you could, draw back on and maybe not spend as much on. And even if you think, do you know what, I can't do this for a year, but January is a fantastic time to do all those New Year's resolutions, to do all those abstaining from certain things, from drinking, or, getting yourself a bit more healthier or whatever it is. So even if you want to do it for 30 days or just do it for the rest of this month or do it for 6 months or 3 months, whatever works for you, whatever you think would be sufficient for your own personal challenge. For me, I'm going to do a month on this and then I'm going to come back and review it and let you know how I've got on. So like 31 days effectively of January. And then I'm going to let you, I'm going to say whether it's made an impact on my life, whether I've managed to save any more money than I might have done otherwise, how I'm feeling about it, whether I think it's sustainable or whether I think, do you know what, that's not actually working for me. What exactly is going to be in my no-buy? I have made some notes just so I don't forget anything. And there's the obvious ones, like I'm really going to abstain from takeaways. I've been a sucker for these, these flash deals that keep coming up on apps. So I've made the conscious effort to delete the apps from my phone for now. You know, when you see like McDonald's 99p burgers and I'm like, that's actually cheaper than if I've made something at home. Sometimes it isn't. Definitely in January, they're always pushing like half price deals. I'm not a big KFC goer to at all, but I noticed they've got like half price meals on and things like that. And it's so easy just to get drawn in. And the odds are, you don't just buy that one thing. Of course, that's the plan, isn't it? You don't just buy the one thing that is on the deal. You probably buy something else extra on the side. So that's going to be extra money. It's also not super healthy. I'm trying to get a bit more fit mentally and physically, so I want to try and do that. So that's going to have a double whammy effect. The next thing, I already briefly touched on this, is clothes and shoes. I have got a house full of clothes and shoes. I'm currently wearing my daughter's jumper mostly because she doesn't know, but also because it was just around with the same size pretty much. It fits, we can do that, we can share things. She's always stealing my stuff, vice versa. We've got enough clothes between us that we do not need to buy anything whatsoever for the next 12 months, regardless of the seasons, regardless of where we go. We've got everything. And if I do have to buy something, and I can't think why I would, I'd try and get it sourced from somewhere like a charity store or something like that, or maybe look to see if I can get one for free off the Facebook Marketplace, whatever. But ultimately, I have no plans, and I don't feel like I need anything right now. I've got so many clothes from pre-baby that no longer fit. If I do number 1 and don't eat all the fast food, maybe I'll get a brand new wardrobe by getting back into all those clothes that did used to fit me. Who knows? I will not be doing nails or brow treatments. So I haven't actually had my eyebrows done professionally for a good 7 months maybe. Same for my nails. I give my nails a good break. I've been doing my own when I've done them. Quite enjoyed it. Daughter just keep making fun of my eyebrows. I think they look alright, to be fair. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to just keep going with them as is. So that's not a huge one, but it was previously. It was one something I was getting done every 3 to 4 weeks because I do enjoy getting it done. But just because I'm going to try definitely for this short period of time, just see how I get on, see if I can manage it. Technology upgrades and buying any more new technology, I don't need any. I don't need a new phone. Do not need a new computer. I was very fortunate to have been bought a brand new computer at Christmas/birthday because it was a super expensive one. I haven't even set that up yet, mostly because it was so expensive. I don't want to take it out of the box. Is it real? Does anybody else do that? But yeah, I don't need any of those. I don't need new phones. I don't need new cameras. I don't need anything for work-wise. Don't even need a new printer. I'm just like looking around thinking I don't need anything. In fact, I've got surplus of things. What I do need to do is sell a lot of my technology, because when I first started like doing YouTube and videos and things, I bought what I could afford at the time, but I've managed to upgrade as I've gone along. But it means I've got surplus microphones, and I've got surplus stands, and I've got loads of different things. So I'm going to be looking at selling a lot of those to make a bit more cash as well. So I'm definitely not buying anything else. I can't think of anything I need in terms of technology in the house. Could do with a TV. I haven't got one in my bedroom, and I haven't got a great deal of time for watching television. It's usually dominated by children or my mum, and I tend to work rather when I've got downtime, because it's not really work. I just love doing what I'm doing. So yeah, I wouldn't mind one for relaxing sometimes, but I've coped for years without one, so I'm quite happy for that. Furniture is something else I do not need any of. In fact, again, I've got surplus furniture. Recently sold one of my big armchair things for like 50 quid. Quite happy with that. I think I paid 60 for that second hand a few years ago. So definitely made on that. And again, I could do with maybe, they could do with a dining table, but it's doing its job. Do you know what I mean? It's not the worst thing in the world. I could put a cloth over it if it comes to it, if it's really that bad. And it's not. It's absolutely fine, fully functioning. It's just got marks on where the kids have drawn on, or, you know, things like that. So it's not a huge problem at all, and nobody else seems to notice. Maybe it's just my keen eye. So I'm just going to avoid furniture. And again, if I need to, you know, maybe put a blanket over it, or if it's a chair that might get a bit tired, or again, sell things beforehand. And again, looking on those free places to get stuff for free, or trade things, or exchange, things like that. See if friends and family are giving things away if I need to. If it's an absolute dire situation, something's broke. For example, my washing machine has just broke today. That's not furniture, that'd be an appliance, and obviously it's a necessity in a house. Regardless whether you've got children or not, it's a necessity for me. At the minute, my plan is to look up my vouchers that I've got, see, because I got a few for Christmas, see if I can use any there, and maybe do some service really quickly and see if I can acquire any more, and then maybe use my emergency fund if I need to. So that is a kind of as essential. I do need that, but I class that as something to come out of my emergency fund. I will not be buying any makeup or beauty kind of products. So no makeup. I've got some on now, but I don't wear a lot of makeup. In fact, I've been makeup free for weeks because I've just not had time. It's busy, Christmas and stuff. I'm going to be doing the pan project. I'm going to be doing a video on what the pan project is. So if you are looking to save money and you also like beauty products and things like that, I'll talk to you about how that's going to work. I'll do a video on that. But also beauty products, I get, you know, it's Christmas and you always end up with like loads of shower gels and moisturisers. I've got 1,000 hand creams that I don't use, but I can use them for my body, my arms, my legs and things like that. So I might repurpose them that way. Shower gels, again, I can't see why I would ever need to buy a shower gel for the next 6 months at least, given like myself and my daughter both get shower gels. So we're like, well, we'll just put them in the cupboard. I mean, I do have shower gels, products that I prefer if I was buying some and if they're on a good offer, but if I've got stuff already there, I'm going to be using that up before I even need to be buying anything else, so that's not a problem. Similar for shampoos and conditioners, I am a nightmare. No, not a nightmare, that's the wrong word. I am the genius that always takes all the soap, all the shampoo, all the conditioners from hotels, and I stockpile it. I've got so many, it's insane. And I've got some from years ago, literally years ago. They still do the job, I'm sure they do. I've never opened them, so that is going to be my plan going forward. I'm not going to be buying any alcohol for the home. Sometimes I would like get a bottle of wine at the end of a month or something, relax with a bottle of wine, glass of wine, have a friend over. My house is currently full of wine and spirits. Because I got loads for my birthday and Christmas, and people brought some for when they came over for dinner, or when they've come for Christmas Day, or whatever. My house is full of wine. I've got too much wine. Is that a thing? I've also now got a lot of spirits because my friend's dad decided he's given up alcohol and they brought it all to me, which was very kind of them. Stuff, in fact, oh my goodness, there was a bottle of brandy. I don't drink brandy, and my dad came around and I priced it up. It was £300. Who spends £300 on a bottle of brandy? I don't know if it's because it's vintage, because it's been there that long. Yeah, I do not need to buy any alcohol at all this year for the house. I can't imagine why I would need to. So that's going to be a thing. And then this month also, I'm going to try really, really hard to do a no buy of food, apart from the essentials like bread, milk, and some fresh fruit. That's maybe £10 per week. Grocery budget is what I'm going to work towards. So yeah, that is my plan for this immediate. That's not going to be long term in terms of no buy food, but I will be doing more food budget videos because I know you guys love them. It just gets really onerous and tricky, but I've got more time now because this is now my full-time job. So hopefully I'll be able to do more of those things for you. And the final things that I'm not going to be buying, I'm not going to be buying any new books. Right around the corner from me there is a free library which has been made out of a gorgeous little tree stump, which I'll try and put that on Instagram and TikTok because it's so cute. There's a couple, in fact, one in the other direction, just a little bit further away, but I could be looking in there. We've also got a free library right around the corner, and like a book cycle place as well. Loads of books I could definitely donate there and trade in. I'm not going to be doing any of those things. I haven't got a great deal of time to buy and read books personally. I tend to listen because for me that's how my brain works better. I'm much more better at listening and doing with my hands at the same time. I find it quite tricky to sit down and relax. And then finally, is any other knickknacks and bits and bobs and decorations for the room, for my house rather, because I've not bought anything like that for a while anyway. I don't buy knickknacks and ornaments and pictures very often. In fact, I've got surplus of them that I collect over the years, and I just don't get to get rid of them or put them up or anything else. So those are going to be my big things that I am not going to be buying. Definitely not for the first 6 months. I hope for the next 12 months. I'm going to check in after 30 days, see how it's impacted on me. And if it's giving you a bit of a motivation for you to start your no buy year, then I'm really, really happy. I'd love it if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and be part of this fab community because it's full of great ideas and super, super support. Have yourself an amazing day, and I'll see you really, really soon. Bye.